What was the best relationship advice I ever got? The best advice for maintaining a healthy relationship is to communicate with your partner. This may seem like a no-brainer, but it's one of the most important things you can do to keep your relationship strong. Make sure you're both on the same page about important things like finances, family, and career goals. It's also important to keep the lines of communication open when it comes to smaller things like daily plans and schedule changes. Checking in with each other regularly will help you avoid misunderstandings and keep your relationship running smoothly. In addition to communicating openly, it's also important to be respectful of each other's needs and boundaries. Everybody has different comfort levels when it comes to things like public displays of affection, alone time, and communication frequency. Respecting each other's limits will help you maintain a healthy balance in the relationship. Finally, don't forget to show your partner some love. A little bit of effort goes a long way in keeping the spark alive. Plan special dates, small surprises, or just take the time to tell your partner how much they mean to you. A little bit of effort will go a long way in maintain a happy and healthy relationship. Before going into the details, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. What was the best relationship advice I ever got? 1. You can't change someone, you can only change yourself. This is probably the most important piece of advice I've ever received in any relationship, whether it be romantic, platonic, or familial. It's so easy to want to change the people we care about, but at the end of the day, all we can really control is ourselves. This advice has helped me to let go of a lot of anger and resentment, and has allowed me to focus on becoming the best version of myself. 2. You have to be willing to walk away. This advice was particularly helpful in my last serious relationship. There came a point where I realized that I was never going to be able to change my partner and that, if I wanted to stay in the relationship, I was going to have to accept them for who they were. But I also knew that I deserved to be with someone who loved and respected me for who I am. So I walked away, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. 3. It's okay to be selfish. In all relationships, it's important to remember that you are first and foremost responsible for your own happiness. You can't expect someone else to make you happy all the time, and if you're constantly putting yourself last, you're bound to end up resentful. It's okay to put your needs first sometimes, and your relationships will be all the stronger for it. 4. You can't force chemistry. No matter how much you may want it, there's just no way to make yourself feel attracted to someone if there's no initial spark there. Sometimes people just aren't compatible, no matter how hard they try. This doesn't mean that they're bad people or that they're not worth your time. It just means that they're not right for you. And that's okay. 5. You don't need someone else to complete you. One of the healthiest things you can do for any relationship is remember that you are whole and complete even without them. This doesn't mean that your partner isn't important or valuable to you. It just means that their presence in your life isn't what defines you as a person. When you have this mindset, it frees you up to truly love and appreciate your partner for who they are instead of what they do for you. 6. Everyone makes mistakes. We all screw up sometimes. It's inevitable. What matters is how we handle our mistakes and learn from them so that we don't repeat them in the future. If we can approach our relationships with a willingness to learn and grow, we'll all be better off for it. 7. Fighting doesn't necessarily mean something is wrong. Contrary to popular belief, fighting is not always a sign that a relationship is in trouble. In fact, healthy couples fight all the time. It's how they handle those fights that really counts. If both partners are willing to listen respectfully and work towards a resolution, then a little fighting can actually be a good thing. It shows that both parties care enough about the relationship to work through their differences. Otherwise, all those pent-up frustrations will eventually explode in an all-out war. Not fun. 8. There is no such thing as perfect. We all have our baggage, our issues, our quirks. And that is okay. What ultimately matters is finding someone who loves us imperfections and all. They may not be perfect, but if they're perfect for us, then that is all that really counts. Because at the end of the day, we're all just human after all.